Hey everyone, this is Shubhi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for those who don't know me, I am an Indian who is based out of Singapore, and for today's video I thought of sharing some interesting facts about Singapore because I've been staying here from quite some time now. So I thought it's going to be fun and it will give a small peek for the ones who are not here in this country, and of course for the ones who are already here as well. You know, it will give them a different perspective. So let's start. Number one on my list is definitely the food. I'm talking about the hawker centers. So for those who don't know much about hawker centers, they are basically a food court having multiple stalls with different cuisines, mostly street style food on extremely affordable prices and maintaining a very good quality. And that's not it. The interesting fact is that Singapore is the world's first country to have Michelin star hawker center, and that's in Chinatown with the name Liao Fan Hawker Chan. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced it, but let me know in the comments below who all of you have gone there and how was the food.
It's good.
So number two is EZ-Link card. I think considering Singapore majorly counts on public transport, this card is a blessing and it's so convenient and hassle-free. You can use just one single card to pay for your train rides, to pay for your bus rides, and it also works in the vending machine, which is amazing. Number three, electronic parking. So to utilize the available parking spots in Singapore government has made the parking electronic. So there's a type of property, residential property in Singapore known as HDB. So any driver can come outside the HDB building and check the available slots, and if they are available he can just scan the sticker which is placed on his mirror and he can get inside regardless he is the resident of that building or not. And I think it's a great idea to maximize the capacity. Number four is my personal favorite, that's the Singapore Changi Airport. It has pools, it has gardens, it has playing area for kids, it has malls, and you can just think of it and you'll get it. And it has been crowned as world's best airport. I cannot tell you guys how smooth and pain-free this airport is. It's fully automated and it is a paradise in itself. So there is not just one reason why I love Changi so much for.
This place is freaking awesome!
You know, there were times where I had to catch my flight and I reached airport just before the gate closes, and I managed to get into the flight on time, and I'm telling you guys, this can only happen at Changi. This is one of the smoothest and most organized airport I have ever seen in my life. I've been traveling a lot and oh god, this makes me sad because right now we are not able to travel anywhere, but hopefully things will get better. And coming back to the point, not that I'm promoting to be late at Changi. Please be on time, please be responsible, I'll improve myself. Yeah, you get late when you are coming directly from office sometimes or otherwise also, but the point here I'm making is that this is actually the world's best airport and you all should try to hop in and experience yourself. So number five on my list is COE, which is Certificate of Entitlement. Singapore is a very environment friendly country and they'd like to keep their pollution and traffic in check. So with this certificate of entitlement, you can own a car only for 10 years and then you have to return it. It's very difficult to buy a car here and it's super expensive. You know, a small hatchback would cost you around 60 to 70k plus the insurance, which is quite a lot, I would say. So the one thing you might miss here in Singapore are the long drives. So I know that's possible in most of the countries, but here in Singapore you really don't need cars to move around the city. You have such well-connected public transport, and for outside as well you have flights and ferries, so that covers everything. Yeah, but that's something which you might miss. So sixth on my list is Singlish, and it's super interesting to watch people using Singlish. It's basically a blend of Singapore slang with English with some influence of Malay, Mandarin and Chinese dialect. So there are many interesting words and phrases. For example, la, do on. So la is more casual way of ending the sentence. You know, if you want to say, do it la, you know, oh come on la. So it's like that. You know, in English you would say, do it ya. So that's ya is la here. There's another one, can, which is a yes. So if someone is asking you, you want? So you have to say can. Whoa. And I don't want this. So it will be don't want. So like that, which is like that. And xiao, which is like crazy. So there are multiple interesting words. So let me know in the comments what all Singlish words do you guys know, and if you want me to elaborate more on my experience with Singlish. So yeah, and you know, even I have started using Singlish words or phrases in my conversations whenever I'm going out with my friends, or maybe to a grocery stores, or maybe meeting a local. So it's always fun to learn or pick up something new from a new country. So next up is chop. So chop is basically a Singaporean way to reserve a seat, and mostly in hawker centers where it's super crowded and you're trying to find a spot for yourself to sit and eat. And if you have finally found one, then you'll just go and place a tissue paper over there, and that's how chopping works. And if you're with your friends there, so they'll tell you that, hey, go chop the sea first, and then you go and put the tissue paper, and no one would remove it. They take it very seriously. So that works. So number 8 is that in Singapore there is no natural source of drinking water, no natural waterfalls, no dams, no farmland. Everything is bought from outside, but we never felt that there is none, because the government is super efficient and they made us feel so comfortable with these smooth operations around us that it's always a very comfortable place we are in. So that's commendable. Number 9, drying space in HDB. So basically HDB is a type of residential property here in Singapore, and there is no drying space for your clothes inside the HDB. So you always have to go out of the window, and there is an arrangement to dry up your clothes on the pole where you can hang your washed clothes. And you know, this arrangement is not at the front face of the house, and I find it quite unique, and it gives a different vibe, and you know, it makes you feel that you are in Singapore. So I loved it. So last but not the least, number 10 is Subhash Chandra Bose. So you must be thinking that why am I bringing him here? For those who don't know him, he was an Indian nationalist and the leader of Indian National Army. And he made his first announcement of a movement called Azad Hind Government in Singapore in Cathay Cinema Hall, and that was a pretty big movement. And being an Indian, I didn't know about it, and I was very intrigued to know more about it. So I thought that it would be interesting for you guys to know as well. So that's it for today. These were my 10 interesting facts about Singapore. So I hope you liked the video. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to share more about Singapore, or if you have any questions about Singapore. I will be happy to answer those questions. And please hit like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. So bye.